The story so far on Conqueror.
Where's Jammer? Where's Maul?
God, they left a while ago. Something about blowing some shit up or something.
That's far enough, Raiders.
Captain radioed ahead. Been expecting you two.
Weapons down. Now.
This is why we think before acting, Jammer.
Yeah, thanks, Leah. Thanks.
Well, looks like we just caught all the ringleaders in one sweep, people.
Eat shit.
That's enough of you. Oh! Anyone else? Last chance, maggots. I am just about out of...
Time. Yes, you're very much out of time, I'm afraid.
Hey guys, kinggath here, and welcome to episode 39 of my Fallout 4 Sim Settlements Forever Let's Play. It has been a few weeks since I've been in the game to actually play, and a few weeks since you guys have seen an episode. That was, for those of you guys who don't know, my son, my youngest son, he's just a few months old, was in the hospital. He had pneumonia, and he has since fully recovered, and so we're no longer making constant trips to the hospital or concerned for his being alive. And thank you to all of you guys who left prayers and well wishes on my channel. I really appreciate it. But let's get back into this. I am ready to kill some Minutemen, and so the slog is I got a defense quest, so we're heading over there to take out whoever attacks. It's usually the Minutemen at this late in the quest stage, but this session I installed a couple of new mods. I installed the reanimation pack for the combat shotgun, so I'm hoping to check that out. Hopefully I installed it correctly. This was suggested by a whole bunch of you. I tried to go back through the comments and figure out who all suggested it, and I found Krieg Schetzer and Chili Rattan Ruffian both suggested this. I'm sure there were others of you, so I apologize if I missed you. And then I installed the Adam's Glory faction pack and the Threads mod. I don't know if I need both. I love the idea of some of the new outfits they used being added to the leveled lists, and I didn't see that in the description of the faction pack. Hopefully Tunuvia or Murmuracne will see my question on their new mod and let me know. But those are just the amount of content in that faction pack for Adam. Whoa, for them is nuts. Hello. All right, let's check out these new animations. That is a very solid reload. I'm pretty sure that's a new one because it looks a lot slower than the vanilla one, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be totally wrong on this. Again, it's been a while since I've actually played this character. But yeah, if you guys are not playing with that Adam's Glory faction pack, you should grab it. Especially now when we got these new war settings in the 4.2.0 patch to allow you to precede the settlements. It'll be a nice little addition because they added a ton of content in there. Even though we're not going to play with the faction in this particular save, I really just wanted all the extra outfits for the NPCs for now, and then I want to make sure I have it for the next character we roll up, because we'll almost certainly be using those war options. All right, where are our enemies, or did they already come in and roll the place? Did you already murder everyone? Oh, but you leveled up there. What are you now? Prospect, right on. And that level up happens because when you first load into a settlement that has some of your warriors in it, it will check to see if... Uh-oh. Get wrecked. Uh-oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Oh, God. Gonna need more. That was not smart. All right, we need a bigger weapon here. Hey guys, meet my friend. Oh, I forgot to reload. Oh yeah, 5 for 1. Oh no! Oh, it has been a minute since I died in this character too. All right, and oh, there we go. Oh yeah, come on, home runs. Yes. Wait, what are you doing laying on the ground? I've been... Oh, no! Oh. No. Oh, I love that you can do that in this game. Well then, look at all this loot. All right, we'll cut back to this. We're gonna head back to Starlight. The last episode, I'm sure you got a little recap, but Pandora had joined us, and she's gonna have a little meet and greet with us when we get back there, and we can learn some stuff about her. So we'll go do that now. Oh, good old scrappy Starlight. This place is a train wreck. Love it. Although it is a little more organized than I like, because I did everything in square lines to follow the original design. So now, even though this is the Raider camp, it's way more orderly than Sanctuary, which is kind of funny. But one thing I missed here was that when we captured this place, there happened to be a bug in Conqueror at the time where the faction decorations weren't being placed. Whoa, I thought you were a dead body, but no, you're just stuck in the floor because the nav mesh in this game is pretty buggy. Anyway, I wish we had the Raider totems everywhere, and I might actually make those buildable. I've seen that a lot of the faction packs are doing that. Makes a lot of sense. We should do the same for this. And then I can just place them myself manually. Okay, there we go. So the quest triggers automatically once you get back to your base. So let's find Pandora and go have a chat with her. Here she is.
Hey.
You need to get your house in order here. I know we're raiders, and a certain level of disarray comes with the territory, but at the moment, it's simply too chaotic to be efficient. You've frankly grown past the term gang, as much as I'm sure Jammer would hate me saying that. This is effectively an army. And a growing one. As we, continue to grow, we'll have to have systems in place to keep it functional. It's an impressive testament to your determination you've gotten this far with, frankly, minimal organization or planning. Jammer alluded to the fact that you've had trouble with member retention. That's as good a place to start as any. Keeping raiders happy, ironically, is more complicated than keeping civilians happy. We'll start simple. We should start by building a chem den for them to unwind.
We can do that. Oh, speaking of super mutants, I said super mutants, I meant super mutant hounds. Okay, good, you emerged from the floor. Yeah, but I agree. This place is pure chaos. So thanks for pointing that out, Pandora. Alright, let's build some rec plots. We actually need a couple rec plots here, so I actually do want to build the chem den just because that fits nicely here. But we also don't have a training yard yet here. I should have made that a top priority of the patch that came out because it's such a huge boon. In fact, I need to go to all my outposts and put one of those in because that is one of the biggest things we added because it can get all your guys up to rank 3 on its own without you having to actually go on assaults. So that way, when you go to do your assaults, you just have a nice upgraded army. It does take a while, but with how much time I spend building in Sanctuary, and with the clock still running, that'll rank them up fairly quickly. So we got to give that a second for the ASAM sensors to appear. I think I have got my game script backed up quite nicely because I spent quite a while on Sanctuary earlier today, which I got some cool stuff to show you guys. But I think during that process, going in and out of workshop mode, I backed up my workshop scripts by quite a bit. So we'll use the magic of editing to fast forward to when these ASAM sensors appear. There we go, got our sensors. All right, let's wait, what is this one? Let's see if we got lucky. No, Brotherhood Mess Hall. No, we do not want Brotherhood themes rocking in here. All right, let's start with the training yard. That's the most important one, which our training yard is called the shooting range. Training yard will train them up to rank 3. Perfect. So let's start building that. Do that in a second and make sure it sticks. All right, give it a moment. This looks like a Procraftarium. Let's see if I'm right on that after this one finishes up. Okay, here what do we got? Still says Brotherhood Mess. Don't you build it again, lady. Okay, that looks like the starting of the shooting range, so. Hey, there we go. All right, let's see if I was correct on this one. Can I identify a plot by its building materials? I can. I play this mod too much. All right, oops. No, let's go to building plan. And then we want to get, whoops. We want to get a, let's build one of our drug dens, just because it just fits here. Now, she said build a chem den, which is what this is what we were referring to, but as you see, the quest objective just says build a recreational plot, and that's because we didn't actually have one called chem den, and so that was just for immersion purposes that she suggests to build that, as opposed to her saying something like build a recreational plot, which would just feel really awkward. All right, so that is going there. Come on. And we're going to have to wait a minute anyway while these quest objectives update. Still says Crafteria, but... So this little quest series we're doing with Pandora, she's actually going to go through a series of things to help you manage, and it's funny how this came to be, because this is actually like way late in the quest line to be introducing some of these ideas, which is... how that came to be is I guess an interesting story. So, okay, there we go. So now we gotta wait for this thing to build, and then the quest objective will update. But in the meantime, I can tell you guys a little backstory on some settlement stuff. So generally when we do quest stuff, what it happens is I'll start designing out our next gameplay systems for an expansion, and I'll run into some areas, where I know we need to teach you guys how to do certain things, and then I will go to the writers and suggest, like, here, these are the things I need this kind of quests or quest line to cover. Like, what does it need to teach the player? Maybe I'll have some elements that are related to plots, like with Industrial Revolution, and then I kind of just let them go nuts. Or the writers can kind of do whatever they want. They can invent whatever characters they want, as long as it accomplishes the goals I need for gameplay purposes. And then for this one, originally when we started the Conqueror writing, I told Super Weevil I needed a replacement for Shank, the character from RuinedWorld, so that we could have somebody to trigger raids. And then as we started fleshing out the ideas for the Conqueror mechanics over the long term, and we came up with the ideas for the Phase 2 mechanics, I knew we were going to need somebody to teach the player all that, because there's a lot going on there. And so I just mentioned we needed some sort of character that could have a background that would make sense, that they would understand order and would be a reasonable person to explain how to shape these raiders up into a military force of sorts. And because the Phase 2 mechanics took so long to develop, it just kept getting pushed back, and so then that character kept getting pushed back in the story, because we were kind of developing the story alongside all the mechanics, that now it just the character came into the story at an awkward point as far as when it would be nice to introduce all these mechanics to you guys when you're playing this, so that it makes it so that you can have your army functioning, which is why you've now got, you see, and I've added a lot of pop-ups and stuff, which my preferred way is always to teach through questing. I think it's just way more enjoyable from when I'm playing any game, rather than just getting pop-up messages I have to read. But the story, we're having too much fun with the Conqueror story to try and force a character in earlier than makes sense for the storyline. So Pandora is definitely our character that has background in order, obviously being from the Institute, and so she's the one teaching this kind of stuff of like getting your military into gear, even though, oh sweet, I got that fixed. That is definitely working. Some nice target practice with a flamer. Anyway, so so this stuff is going to feel kind of awkward, that we're getting taught some things that probably needed to be taught, like after you gather your second or third outpost, but it is what it is. And at least the nice thing with this is, I think most of us are in the same boat, that we end up playing this game over and over again every year or two, or if not more. Like I plan on just looping through and keep playing new playthroughs. So, after you've gone through it once, then you have that knowledge for the future times. And I've mentioned on a couple comments on videos, man, this is taking forever to build. I've mentioned comments on videos recently that I definitely have plans to make some detailed Conqueror Phase 2 videos. I know that's long overdue. I should have done those a long time ago, but I was kind of waiting to see if we ended up refactoring some of the stuff. But I think we've made minor tweaks, and I think I really like where it's at right now. It's not too difficult to get. There we go. So now the quest should update. It's not too difficult to get all of your numbers balanced out anymore, especially with the leaders, with their perks and everything. So, or the commanders rather. So I will get those videos done sooner than later, though. It's on my agenda. That's a good point. All right, let's go turn this in.
Raiders are still human, and humans require spaces they can decompress. Now that we have an area for that, we should look to sating their bloodlust. Your soldiers crave violence. Going on an impromptu raid right now is obviously a bad idea. But keep in mind, if your warriors aren't raiding, their morale will erode over time. Just something to bear in mind.
Dora, find new boyfriend? Where mine? Maybe more gourmet friends now.
No, Maul. But that does give me an idea. Let's put some of Maul's friends to use.
Use.
Yes, Small. Use. Can you wait and not talk while I finish talking to the boss?
Okay. More wait.
Thank you, Maul. Your, let's call them indentured servants, need to be kept in check, lest they grow bold and decide to rebel.
What rebel mean?
Quiet, Maul. Wait your turn.
Okay.
I suggest you take the time to assign some of our people to guard them. For their own good, of course.
Oh yeah, see, this is one of the things I'm talking about. Like, all this role stuff is stuff you would have wanted to know way early on, and the tutorial that comes in the quest is much later, unfortunately. But like I said, we'll get that all solved, and I think the pop-ups for now will work well enough to get you guys going. But we actually do need to send some people to Slog, because I'm pretty sure we lost a couple of guys there. Let's go check our settlement reports though, figure out where we should send somebody. Might as well make this useful and not just a objective filling. So let's see, Slog. What's our control like? I'm a little concerned this report is wrong. Yeah, see, that's what I expected to have. It's showing up a control of 100% with 1 guard, 13 civilians, and that much production. That's just, there's no way that's true. Although we have 2 patrols there. Okay, maybe it's more true than I think it is. It's but the fact that we got attacked there is why I thought that this wouldn't be true. But there's also the chance that sometimes the numbers can get a little off if you don't visit all of your outposts frequently. Like, it's been a while since I've been back to Starlight, because I spent a lot of in-game hours, or real-life hours, building in Sanctuary, and haven't been visiting back to Starlight very much off-camera. So over the last couple of weeks, while I haven't been away, when I did have a few moments here and there to play when I was back at home with our other son, because we had to alternate. Anyway, I was just sitting in Starlight building in there, or rather in Sanctuary building there, letting the clock run, and so it might have been that enough warriors have just appeared at settlements now to get the control up to 100% while the Slog was under attack. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put this down as a investigate, but just in case, I'm gonna send another guy over there. This is my point. So enough background stuff on that. But I know some of you guys have talked about how you thought the numbers on the report were wrong. I've seen some reports of that, and I agree with you. I think that something's a little... What the hell? What? What is this? What is this? Vault Bunk R by Roderick's Blade. I have never seen this. Is so much chaos. There's like some teddy bears being murdered with pink goo. Miniature Preston. Madness. Okay, let's find ourselves a warrior that we can send over to watch the Slog and join the guards over there. And you know what? We have a way we can do this. Let's use the thing we added in a recent patch. So we'll go gather around, and then we should get a follow-up menu. Or not. Those workshop scripts. There we go. We want specific role warriors, because I don't want to send my workers. Those are all the guys that are... The workers are the ones all operating our commercial, which are generating this nice cap surplus we got.
Shit ton of ammo. Only currency he ever takes.
Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Lots of different recruits. You. All right, let's go change role. Change you to a guard. And we will send you to... Where's the Slog? Nope. The Slog. Alright, so this should satisfy the quest objective and help our control score over there, just in case those numbers are wrong. They might be right, though. They the 2 inbound patrols, especially if one's coming here where we've got 12, well, now 11 warriors, could be right. Come on. Whenever you assign somebody a role, you got to wait till the pop-up comes back up to confirm that it happened. And this is all tied into the same backed up scripts that were slowing down those plots over there, which it looks like is a really good build. Whoa. Calm down, everybody.
Shit, remind me not to piss you off, boss.
All right, I think I just saw the HUD update on the left there, so that means that it probably is working. But it looks like we're actually short quite a few jobs, houses, and power. I'm gonna have to get some of this resolved. Oh, well, power, it's because I just built these 2 new plots and didn't bother to wire them up. We should fix that. Let's see here. Wire you up. And then... Oh, nah, let's try this. There we go. Alright, still haven't gotten that rank menu to come back up. Or the quest objective, for that matter. I don't think it's updated, has it? No. Okay, we're still waiting for this to trigger. Uh-oh. Autosaves are terrifying. Sometimes in my saves, I'll just disable those late game to avoid any potential.
We got pet dogs now? The fuck is next? Cats?
Maybe.
Hell yeah, you gave the Minutemen some fucking payback.
Got this outpost set up pretty damn well, boss.
Hold on. What's up with this guy? Oh, you're forced. I thought that was like a Brotherhood soldier.
Pain and then death.
Oh wow, we got some nice brown face bug there. Fantastic. I actually had a mod installed to fix that. And what it would do is just randomly detect all the NPCs in the area, and it does something to rebuild their face data. I don't remember exactly how it works, but I was finding that was actually crashing my game sometimes if I would load it into an area with too many NPCs. So I had to disable that. But it seemed like a sensible solution. But when you'd run into an area like this where there's just so many, I mean, we've got to have, let's see, well, we can see we've got, I think I have 33 people here. Well, 32 now. So I got 32 people here, plus all these dogs. Like, that's just a ton of NPCs to be getting tagged with face swapping. Plus, there's probably some other NPCs loaded in the area, like the Drumlin Diners, probably some loose raiders here and there. So no wonder that mod was causing me problems.
Hey there.
Excellent. This will most certainly help us keep a steady grip on our current territory. That being said, I don't have to tell you there are other forces at play, plotting against us.
What plotting? What that?
Maul, I know you want to learn, but it's not your turn to talk yet.
Okay.
As I was about to say, vigilance is also required. I suggest you establish a couple of patrol routes. It ensures our farms are better defended, and it sends a visible message to anyone else passing through our territory. Keep out.
Maul's now turn to talk?
Yes, Maul.
How Maul's friends help?
We're getting to that, Maul. Be patient, please.
Okay.
Okay, let's go check our settlement reports again.
Something you wanted?
No, leave me alone. Let me get through settlement reports. Okay, where are... Actually, let's check. I don't remember which... I can never remember which ones are vassals and... Alright, let's do show supply lines to thin out the map a little bit. Alright, let's see. Where are our vassals at? So we've got Sunshine, Abernathy, Ten Pines. Oh, what is that one? Oh, that's weird. That's not showing up on that. This doesn't show up either. What's going on here? I'll have to look into that. I don't know why that happens occasionally. Alright, so we'll check on Abernathy, Sunshine, and Ten Pines and check what our control is and see if any of them need a patrol over there. Let's see. Ten Pines. You're good? Nope, nope. Settlement reports. My controller is like super snappy. It just down arrow just hits real fast. You Abernathy report. Control was good. Ooh, morale is garbage there. Let's see. Settlement reports. And Sunshine, where are you? Control is good. Okay, so I think the other one I have is, or the other ones that aren't showing up on there, one of them is Green Top. That's definitely a, that is definitely a vassal. That one says 100% as well. Okay. -1 workers and 6 guards. Well, that's clearly, there's something wrong there. Let's double check one more thing. I'm just trying to think if any of these come to mind as being a, I guess we'll just send a patrol to Hangman's. Not gonna hurt anything. Let's find somebody who's not, here you're not doing anything useful. Come here. Change role. Patrol. You were gonna patrol to Hangman's. So we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with that place still, so. You're gonna go over there. Alright, now we're just gonna wait.
Outpost's looking pretty good. A little more clean water, and it'll be a hell of a holdout.
Fantastic. Let's see here. Yeah, you're busy there. We gotta wait for that pop-up prompt to come up. Well, I guess we gotta wait for a quest objective, so the prompt probably will happen at the same time or just after it. We'll do a little tour around here. Actually, I'm gonna go find a weapon store, because I blew through most of my shotgun ammo, as usual. This looks like a weapon store.
Hey.
Need a piece? Welcome to check the stock.
Yeah, barter.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Something catch your eye, you let me know.
What do you got? What do you got? Hey, 21 shotgun shells. We will take those. And I have, holy cow, I got a lot of caps. Actually, what I should be using my forged as the patrols, so that my, is this the one that I just sent as a patrol? I think so. Just because they don't rank up, so I would want my recruits to stay here and train. So let's see. Oh. Hey. You're coming back here. Let's see. Change role, warrior. We'll see how bad I screwed things up doing that. Okay, good. Starlight Drive-In. Let's go find that forged warrior that was over there. We'll send him on patrol. What about you? What are you doing? You're a guard. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think the objective is to send them to a vassal specifically. Let's check. Yep, 20 vassal summons. Okay, well, good thing I caught that. All right, change role, patrol, and we'll do slog again since we got attacked there last. That's the one most likely suffering from some sort of control issue. Yeah, it makes way more sense to use our forged now that we got our training yard. All right, we're not gonna sit here and wait for that. We're gonna tour around and see what else we want to do. So I'm thinking about adding a prison here, especially because we clearly have some job and house shortages here. I don't know where I'd put it, but then we can use that, and just anytime we get attacked here, we can send all the captives we get off to our slave colony that is Finch Farm, because we wanted a place to test that out. I commented on somebody, I can't remember if it was a bug report on simsettlements.com or on the YouTube channel, but the slave system is heavily in a beta form right now. It has a lot of random weird issues, and a lot of that has to do with the way the workshop system expects every NPC to have a particular script on them. But without getting into the technical mumbo jumbo, it is something I'm working on. So hopefully I'll eventually get it all fleshed out so it's nice and clean. Are you getting a haircut in there? Okay. I'll wait for her to come out, because Maul's involved in these conversations and will make for a very awkward moment if he's talking to her through the wall. Come on, get out of there. You don't need a haircut. You have no hair. Oh, wow. You can't come out because there's a big tree. All right, we're going to use some console command foo.
Human yell at more. More smash human, more ain't human. Sorry, boss.
I've never heard that line. That's fantastic. All right, move to player.
This will definitely help us keep tighter control of the region. Well done.
Maul's friends help now?
Yes, Maul. Maybe you can send some of your friends out with the guards and patrols to help them.
That easy. Maul do that for Dora and boss human.
Boss, Maul. Just call the human boss. You don't need to include the human.
Oh, okay. Maul do that for Dora and boss.
That would be extremely helpful, Maul. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Finally, as this is our headquarters, we definitely need to ensure we've had enough defenses here. Wouldn't want another incident.
I think we have plenty of defense here. Yeah, we don't have to do this. Okay, cool.
You've made this place respectably defensible. Well done. There's still room for improvement overall, but we've got more control over our territory than we had previously. If you require me for anything, I'll be around. I want to familiarize myself with headquarters.
Don't mind the logs jamming through our barber shop. That was not my design decision. I think that was a result of me just spamming commercial plots when we were having wage problems, and I didn't even look at where they were going. So, oops. Oh well. We'll actually, you know what we'll do? We'll just disable this. There we go. Problem solved. It's like it never happened. Oh, I guess I should always run mark for delete when you disable something. I probably could have just went to workshop mode and scrapped it, but whatever. All right, cool. So we finished that little quest, and so that was our really late game training on some of the little aspects. Now, one of the things they hinted at there, and this is a thing we added, is that for the I don't remember if you can do it with the dogs, but for the bears, for the war bears, any of them that you find in your settlement, so right after you capture them and send them to Maul, before they turn into virtual units, if you walk up to them, you can actually send them out on patrols with the what do you call it, the little option menu that comes up. Some of those, so let's see, it doesn't look like you can do it to the mongrels, although these are not the real ones. So some of them are just spawned by this plot here, just as kind of decorative, and then some of your real ones, see these ones say all recruit, that recruit is coming up because of a test mod I have from Bethesda Mod School. And you know what I'm thinking, without this many appearing here, I think that this plot, kennel plot, might be broken. I'm gonna add this to my bug list. Well, it wouldn't be a proper episode if we didn't have a bug to deal with. But it should not be nearly this many. It should be like 3, and there's 15 of them here. Although I do kind of like it. It's kind of fun. But I'm sure for some of you it's system melting, so I will definitely put that on my list to take care of. But yeah, it looks like none of the ones generated by that would work. It's only going to be the ones that are actual units, which I think this guy might be, because I think it said worker when I mouse over. Yeah, see, it says worker. Let's see what happens. Can I make him a patrol? We'll try. You're going to patrol to hangman's. Let's see if that works. I don't know if that'll actually work or not, but I know the warbears definitely can be. We definitely 100% configured that. And one of the patches, if you guys paid attention to the patch notes, made it so that the patrols, if you send multiple, it says it's working, so hopefully that warhound will be patrolling back and forth. That'll be kind of fun. Is that every time you arrive at your settlements, that the patrols will try and group up, so that you kind of have like a little death squads traveling between your outposts and vassals. All right, so I think we have one other little thing we can go do. We have a side quest that came up late from.
The liberty of eliminating a deserter yesterday. His gear's been repurposed. You're welcome.
Thank you, Pandora. And that's quite the sprawl you've got there. There's some weird animation markers in here. Let's check our bounties. Do we have any others? Nope, no bounties. Okay, cool. But yeah, there was the DACA quests came out of order, and I finally got the second one. I think I got it an episode or two ago, and we just never did it. So we'll go do that. And then I think we're caught up with basically all of the Conqueror quest content for now. Now let's check our recruitment. Potential recruits tomorrow, 14. There's no way that's true, because the max should be 5, but it's increased by the recruitment center. Maybe we got another bug here. I'm going to definitely put this down on my list, because I definitely don't want 14 recruits a day. That's not right at all. We got plenty of resources there. I don't need to recruit any more special units. We've got, because that's for the getting more forged is the only thing I'd be able to queue up, and we have them naturally showing up because we have this altar here. So, all right, I think we're good to go. So let's head over and do Daka's quest. All right, let's check out what Raybo's got for us. So the first thing that I noticed on his list that was interesting, especially because it didn't make it into Hot Files yet, and it's been out for a couple of weeks, and that is the Lion House, a dockside retreat. And this is a new player home that actually acts similar to Home Plate, where you have a workshop inside of it. And it takes one of the random empty unused buildings over by Bunker Hill and gives it an interior and turns it into a player home, which I think is an awesome use of those. I love seeing mods like Beantown Interiors and such that take all these buildings that are just shells and blocked off and actually opens them up and gives a purpose to them, and this is a very cool purpose for one of those. So check out The Lion House, a dockside retreat by Hank D. Tank, and this is by a team called Northward Games. I believe they're working on a big overhaul mod for Fallout 4, but I don't have any information on that. I'm sure it's linked on their Nexus page. The next one up that caught my eye on this list is one that has actually made Hot Files. It seems like a really cool idea for a mod. That's Raider Gangs Extended, and this basically takes a whole bunch of the early part of the game, and it actually probably extends a lot farther than I think it does. I just remember looking at a lot of the screenshots and thinking this was exactly the type of stuff we'd love to see, especially for those of us playing through Conqueror, where we're just embroiled in the Raider stuff if you're doing the Raider questline. And it adds a bunch of new little mini gangs and kind of fleshes out a lot of the world with more stuff related to Raiders. So as far as I know, this is fully compatible with Conqueror, but if any of you guys knows otherwise, definitely let me know, and I'll make sure we can work with the creator, which is specific, and we'll get some sort of patch or something out there. And then last but certainly not least, this is a mod I've been shilling for really hard because it's so fantastic, and that is the Adam's Glory Liberator faction pack by Tenuvia and Maracne. They have just done phenomenal work with this. This is a huge Children of Atom faction pack, but it's a lot more than that. It actually includes custom weapons, custom outfits. They just went the full mile, did all the little things. It's got quests, it's got some voice work that they used, a lot of mashed up the vanilla voices to pull off. It's just an incredible faction pack. It kind of puts to shame most of the other ones that have been done so far, which not to knock on those, a lot of them have done a fantastic work, but they just went so far beyond this. This is as close as we've seen in a faction pack as matching the amount of work that the Sim Settlements team has put into Conqueror's Raider storyline, so it's really cool to see something this involved out there, and I'd love to see more teams and people trying to capture some of this stuff, but for now, this kind of sets the bar, in my opinion, for what faction packs can be. So check out the Atom's Glory Liberator faction pack by Tunuvia and Murmurakne. Ha! Totally forgot to put my power armor back on, so I couldn't just jump down here. I also was trying to run to the original base because the quests went out of order. Excuse me. Daka's crew has actually moved into the quarry here. That was one of the results of doing the final quest, is they actually take over this place from I can't remember his name, but anyway, the raider that you kill here, and then you come in here with Akak and you wiped all them out many episodes ago. And then their whole crew moves in and takes over. So actually, this kind of worked out good to get to show you guys that this worked. So we're gonna go down by foot or on foot, and this is a little weird bug issue that I haven't been able to pin down. Is that occasionally they get in fights with the Mirelurks, which they're supposed to be friendly with. Not sure why that is. Hopefully we can at least get through this. Otherwise, I'm gonna be console command killing off these angry Mirelurks. Yeah, you guys need to lay off. Look at that shake. Alright, sorry guys, you gotta go. Kill. Alright, let's make sure I don't accidentally... Yeah, see, because they're friendly with Akak. It's just Akak for some reason. Sorry guys, I know you wanted to harvest these Mirelurks, but...
Hey there.
Alright, let's see how this works. I've never...
Hey there.
This is a weird bug.
I've got another job for you.
This quest came up third.
And this one's got just about everything you could want. Robots, explosions, and extermination. I'd go on a long spiel about it, but let's lay it out like this. Nearby are the most annoying mole rat motherfuckers ever. The little fuckers not only have been eating the fusion cores there, which we need, but they're vicious as well. More than normal, I fucking swear. And I'm done with it. So we're gonna wipe them out. And you're gonna do it. There's an old sentry bot near their nest. We're gonna rig it to explode and send it in and wipe them all out. And by we, I mean you.
Consider it done.
Good. I'm hoping to see those rats go up in smoke from here. Should be fun.
Alright, let's go blow up a mole rat tunnel. Ha! Well, that worked out well. On my way over to this quest, there's like a random set of power armor just sitting by this crashed vertibird, so don't mind if I do.
It's nice traveling at night.
I don't know what we're going to do with all this extra power armor. Oh, and crazy coincidence, I actually happen to have... I don't know, can I equip power armor pieces while I'm out in the field without a thing? I think so. I have a helmet in my inventory. Because I was doing something in Sanctuary, and I ended up... Don't ask. I ended up with a random helmet. So let's go take on this quest. Alright, there's our den. Hey, a legendary. Alright, well, we'll come kill those in a minute. We're going to go do the sentry bot thing. So, the way this is actually configured, the way this quest works, is if you decide to start fighting these, they just infinitely respawn from the den. Leave them alone. They're just going to keep coming forever. They infinitely respawn until you blow up the nest. The only way to blow it up is a nuclear explosion, which you can either use a mini nuke, which there's actually one, yeah, right here. So you would just need a Fat Man launcher, which we don't have, or you can rig up this guy to do it for you, which there's a couple of perks that we tap into. This is something, oops, that's not what I meant to do. The, using perks to do certain things is something I miss about older Fallout titles. So this is one of the first quests that we implemented something like that for. So I think if we go up, rig to explode, yeah. Okay, so if you have, I think it's Demo Expert 1 or Science 1, you get one of these options, and there's a couple of other perks. So there was a pretty wide variety, so that most of you guys should have an option available to rig this thing. Jury break some grenades. Oh, what's in here? Oh, a fusion core. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I guess I'll take the circuit board. All right, now we need to activate the bot. Hey, who are you?
Huh? Yeah? Huh?
So now that recruit that's coming up is only because of that demo mod that I keep forgetting to disable. So I don't actually want to use it because I assume this guy's important for some mod quest that I don't want to break. Oh, I'll take that. What is this? What is this? This feels like it's from a mod. Maybe not though. Wait. Wait, this is Sam. So this is your note? That's your note? I'm very confused about what's going on. If anybody knows, when I post in the comment who this is from and what's supposed to happen with him, because if he's broken and like not working correctly, then I'll just come back and recruit him. I'll use my little cheat mod to do that. All right, let's use the terminal. And how do we remember how we activate this? Activate sentry bound. Oh, it's that simple. Continue with boot up sequence. Yes. All right, now because we rigged him, it should allow, basically by rigging him like that, it causes our quest to hijack him and do what we need him to. So he should make a beeline right for the entry, and then we just have to shoot him when he gets close, and he will blow up that den for us. Oh, but we're gonna have to deal with some mole rats in the meantime. Oh, where is my, there we go. Hey, overkill. Oh God. Dog meat, I'm so sorry. Where are you, bud? Where are you? Dog meat, why won't it let me stim pack you?
Hey.
Oh, you're fine now. Sorry, buddy.
Threat analysis red. Threat analysis green. Perimeter secure.
Man, the sweeping strikes melee is dangerous. Although that wasn't even sweeping strike. I can't blame it on that. That was just me just turning and swinging without looking.
Advised to seek secure location until perimeter is secured.
Oh, I guess I should pull out a gun so I can actually shoot him. All right, get a little closer. That might be close enough. Let's find out. We'll risk it. I don't have to go find a fat man though. I think he'll walk around to the front.
Analysis green. Neutralization operation.
Well, screw it. There it goes. There we go. Yes, it works. And thank you, Zero Big Sis, one of our 3D modelers on the team, who added some custom explosions for the cave rock, so it looked like it actually blew up. Love that. She's been crushing those. She's actually done a few of those for us now, and that's how the wall busters are able to look interesting when the explosion happens. You actually get to see some rubble go flying. Get back here. I actually just saw a little pop-up message in the corner say firing. I think that might be a debug message from this quest, because at some point, oh there, at some point we did get a couple bug reports that it was hard or difficult to get that bot to actually blow up the cave. Okay, didn't get you that time, bud. Oh, man, I gotta conserve shotgun ammo. Alright, oh, and you know what? That sentry bot, usually they have 2 fusion cores on them. Yes. I'll take some missiles. I don't know what we're going to do with them. Alright, cool. So now we go turn this into Deca. So we will once again fast forward, although this time I get to jump into the pit. That's going to be fun. Oh, I love doing this so much. This alone is why power armor is worthwhile. Oh, so satisfying. Alright, let's go turn this in.
Would you look at that? And now, we have to pay you. And that explosion, that was something. Watched it from a sniper's perch with some binoculars. It was worth the price I paid for this. You'll have to come back and see us. We've always got use for talent that knows what they're doing.
Okay, there we go. So now I think we have done every bit of live content in Conqueror so far. So we got lots more in development. It could be a little bit before we have more quest content, because the holidays coming up and it takes a long time to get those pushed through. But we definitely have lots more planned for Conqueror quest content. So don't you guys worry. And then in the meantime, for future episodes, I have plenty of stuff I want to do still. Plenty of non-Sim Settlements and Conqueror quest stuff I want to do. And there's also the chance that eventually we're going to start another character here, and we might just bounce between characters. I haven't decided yet, because I'm not sure how much I want to do on this character that's not our raider thing. There's also, I could think about maybe installing depravity and seeing how that works in the middle of a playthrough. I'm not sure if that would be smart or not, but if you guys have any ideas that you guys want to see me do with this raider character, other things that I haven't done yet, because I don't want to I don't think I'm going to do the main storyline in Fallout 4. I think I'm going to stick to things that feel like they would be underground stuff. So maybe I can go do the things in Good Neighbor, and that's just stuff to kind of bide the time while we develop more Conqueror content. But anyway, now we're going to go out to Sanctuary. I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on the last couple of weeks. Endorsement time. It's that time of the week again. Remind you guys to get in there and endorse those mods. I got a couple I want to endorse. I didn't see anything in particular that I want to hit, but just some things that I've been noticing in general and just have forgot to come in here and hit them. And then also this Adam's Glory threads, because it is gorgeous. Those things from Tunuvia and Memorakne for their new faction pack. They released that as a separate mod. I mentioned that earlier. Go ahead and give that an endorsement. Sight unseen, because I've seen the screenshots, and that's just clothing, so I know what it looks like. Let's go to, there was one other one in here that I remembered, this one right here. NPCs use grenades. So this is something I have definitely noticed, that I don't feel like I'm constantly being spammed by grenades, although I do take quite a bit of deaths from the China Lake, because that thing is a beast, but that has nothing to do with this, so we'll go ahead and give that the thumbs up. But like I remind you guys every week, giving these endorsements and going to the end of these mods and commenting on them, that's pretty much all of the payment that mod authors run on. So help them out, especially new mods, so you can give them those endorsements, get them a chance in the hot file so that more people will actually see their mods. All right, we are back at Sanctuary. So a couple of things I want to talk about here before we go in and show you what I did. So first off is I want to say I will do some building on camera again in the future. Right now we're on this home stretch of getting Sanctuary's level 3 wrapped. I'm not doing a ton with Sim Settlements itself as far as building goes. There's a lot of decorative work, and it's very tedious to watch, I'm sure, because it'll be a lot of me messing around with hotkeys and place everywhere, and it could be, I could spend an hour in one little room just trying to get a space how I like it, so it's not particularly interesting. So I'll go back to showing you guys me building live when I'm doing things that are a little bigger, so not such minutia work. So for now, I've been doing a lot of that stuff off camera, and so not a lot to show you, but it's so much that I don't have more time to commit to doing building on camera as well, because that can add quite a bit more time than it does to take me to do these little tours. And then the other thing is, I'm curious what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments. But I am always torn between, should I put the fast travel mat out front, because then that makes it more interesting for when people are using city plans and the first time they fast travel in and they get to see from the outside all the improvements that made after a level up, or is it better to just put it right inside like the player home? And that's where, so my instinct is to put it outside for a cool view when being played as a city plan, and then figure that players can move it themselves inside to their home after they had a chance to see it. That's kind of where I'm going. So that's probably what I'm going to do, is probably put the fast travel mat out somewhere like here, to where you get this, so that way the first time the city hits level 3, you get this really cool view. Maybe like this, because you get to choose, wherever the fast travel mat is, this is the view you can guarantee that players will get the first time they fast travel back. So something like this, like I'm gonna screenshot that, because that feels like, if I can set up this view, get myself in this kind of position, this feels pretty epic to come to at the first time, especially for anybody who isn't watching this series who ends up using this plan. It'll be a pretty cool thing to see. And so yeah, that's a little something. But I've been just doing a lot of the cleanup work. I'm getting this place ready for final stuff, and I'm almost done. Primarily, I've got work left to do. Oh, that thing finally upgraded. I love that talking Protectron head. I know a lot of people find it annoying. If you hear that thing and you want it disabled, it is under. I actually added an option specifically for that because it was annoying people to the point of like people weren't using that building plan anymore. I'm trying to remember where I put it. I think it's audio. And it is a special one just for barkers. And I think that's the only one, too. But it was something that barking, like shopkeeper barking and stuff like that, something I actually want more of because I love that feel in Diamond City when you're wandering around and you hear them trying to sell you stuff, like the guy with the swatters and stuff. I love those little idols. Those are great. But I've been just trying to hit up all the little areas that I skipped and trying to get this place ready for city plan regression, and the last thing I have left to do really is the player house, which I started on, but it has a lot of detail work. But so I started setting up our little area here, and I didn't go into a ton of detail. I set up a couple of shop stalls, and they've got animation markers so that the caravan workers will actually come over here and cut this meat, or one of them will stand behind this counter as if they're selling wares. And I wish I would have put this one over here by the stove, but the reason I didn't has to do with the height of the land over here and the animation markers is it just worked out better to have the butcher animation marker over this part of the area, and I wanted 2 little shop stalls there, so it is what it is. And then in here, largely what I did is I picked up all the furniture. There was tons of chairs in here, so I picked it all up. Left this as kind of a bathroom. I cleaned up a little bit of I scrapped a few things. And then I just put down some random crates everywhere, a couple of shelves and some random junk, just to make this place seem like it's something the caravan guys are using. But as I've said in many of the other videos, is I tend personally to only like to build in the outside areas a ton because I don't personally ever go spend a lot of time going into the houses. I tend to, whenever I come to my settlements, I'm just walking the streets. So putting in a ton of detail work in these houses doesn't particularly interest me. In fact, I'm going to leave most of them empty so that when you guys get the city plans, you guys will know those houses are fair game. But I'm also going to, I mentioned this last episode, I'm going to make it so that the settlers in the level 0 and maybe level 1 of the settlement will use the houses, and then they will, and for like beds and basic furniture, and then they will abandon them to be in these plots and everything. So the other things I did, so I did that over there, and then I think mostly the focus was on the player homes. As you can see here, we've got our white picket fence set up, which we'll talk about that in a second. I'm just trying to take a quick tour to see if there's anything else that I've added recently. I think last episode I showed you guys what I did in here. We started setting this up as kind of like the maintenance area and a very loud like electric room and water pump station. And I think I'm going to leave it largely like that. I might add a little bit more stuff here because a lot of the stuff I stole and moved it over to my little garage over there. And then I don't think I did anything else with this industrial area, and I think I'm okay with that. We're going to go take a quick peep, though, just to see if I did anything else. Because we had talked about, when I did the video with Donald Strong, we talked about what we could use some of these buildings for. But again, I think I like the idea of leaving some space for you guys to play with, or any of you who have beastie systems who can handle this monstrosity of a settlement and want some room to build the place out yourself, maybe get up to 60 settlers or more. I've seen videos with over 100 settlers, so I know it's possible. The game can definitely handle it. Let's see here. So let's head to the player home, because I think that is where I spent the majority of my time. I think I did a little bit of cleanup in the back caravan area and on these pipes, but nothing exciting enough to show you guys. Maybe I didn't show you guys this. I did end up building stairways for the people that live on the rooftop so that it makes a little more sense. They're definitely not realistically pathable by the AI, but they would be absolutely pathable by anybody if this were real. People would figure it out how to like get down these funky stairways and stuff. So NPCs won't actually walk down these, but I think it's at a state now where it makes enough sense for this all to exist, and that each of them has multiple pathways. Either they can get down to the direct stairs to their homes, or they can go through the little bar over there. All right, so let's do a tour of what I've done on the player home so far. I have a bit more to do, and it's just going to be little nuancy work. And a lot of lighting I still got to do. But one of the things I did here is I built this light picket fence. I thought that if I was the player character, I'm coming out of this, I'm going to try and recapture as much of the feel of pre-war as possible. And this is going to be my little attempt to gain some sanity. And I might end up coming up here and patching up the roof a little bit. I know that's a common thing people like to do. So the first thing I did and realized with the player home is normally I don't care about debris. Like, I actually love debris in the areas where the settlers live, but I was thinking about for my player home, I don't want debris. It's going to drive me nuts. So like things like there was some garbage right here, so I took some cement pavers from Project Blueprint and I covered up some of the debris leading up into my house here. I didn't cover up this grass here, and I'm okay with that. And it just looks like we don't have a working lawnmower. That's fine. But I thought the first thing to do here was, because this is our level 3, we'll make it as if, you know, we've got all this industrial tech. We've clearly gone beyond and solved some of the plant issues to be able to grow roses again. So we covered up those bad hedges there with some rose bushes. I even snuck a couple of planters here. These planters were part of the Project Blueprint mods. It's taking the crates from Vault 111, which, you know, we're playing on that idea in this design with the fact that they would be looting the vault for supplies. So we're going to take advantage of those. I might put these planters over on this side too later. I haven't decided yet. And then we'll head into our garage. I did a bunch of work in here. I love that door. So the first thing I did is started to decorate. So I started putting down random clutter. I added that cart. Put a couple of these tool benches here with these wall sets of tools, which those are available in Project Blueprint as well. And then I bumped over the workbench so I can make room for this wood logs. And that was because I wanted to have this nice little fire barrel out here to work by for light. So obviously we got a couple of different lights here, but I always love fire barrels and stuff, and I'm probably going to add more all throughout the settlement. But we've also I also made the fireplace inside working, which I'll show you in a second. I also I saw somebody else's design of their sanctuary. I've been looking at a lot of people's designs for the player home because I wanted to get some ideas, because I wasn't really sure how to approach it. In my head, I was just going to try and emulate what it looked like pre-war, but I'm sure that's a pretty common thing that's get done. So I started looking at a bunch of different builds to get some ideas, and one thing I saw immediately was that somebody had shown you could fit 2 of these power armor stations in here real nicely side by side if you turn them the other way. Mine originally was facing out this way, so I did that. And then I have this tribal armor, which I love, and that is where that helmet that I'm wearing right now came from. It was on this, and I took it because I thought there was a special helmet for the tribal, but I can't find it, so I maybe forgot to loot it off of the guy. No idea, or maybe there isn't one. So if any of you guys knows about the tribal power armor, if there's supposed to be a helmet or not, I'd love to know. I might console command it in if there is one and get it in there just so I have that full set. Makes for a nice decorative piece. I also thought about doing like maybe having a normal set of power armor, so maybe I can use this set I have right here to leave it here. So it's one slot is for my Raider power armor, one is for my good guy power armor, so that it looks like I have a spot to swap between, like my little bat cave here. Even though everybody can see me make the swap with my cage. But whatever. So yeah, I did some decorating in here, set the fire barrel up, and then I put this door in. I love this door. It has like a little screen built onto it. It felt perfect for going into the garage. But let's head inside. So the first thing you'll see I did here is I hardwooded the place. Decided to rip out all the carpet. Actually, it was just tile. But the reason I did this is because there's all sorts of clutter all over the default floor. And without a scrap mod, you can't remove it. And I hate scrap mods. I think they cause massive performance issues. But I still wanted to not have that mess in my player home. So I figured I would take some old wood from the Project Blueprint mod and I would redo our floors. So it's lifted up it's about 10 units over the default. So I had to lift up all the furniture and everything to get it out of the way. And as you can see, I added a little fire thing, and that is in Project Blueprint mods again. And I actually even put a little bit of smoke, and I built us a little chimney right there. You see a little pipe right there, a little chimney thing, and I actually lined it up as well as I could with that, so that it looks natural. But yeah, so I hardwood floored the whole place, and it has a couple of little issues. For example, the bathroom is kind of a wreck now, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this bathroom. But that's one of the things I got to do. I'm not sure what I want to do with this room. I might just leave it. I might just put like a hamper in here and some laundry. We've got a bunch of loose clothes that we can place around here. Same with this kitchen. Not really sure what I want to do with this. A lot of little decorative work, nothing exciting. But this wood floor thing I think was the best thing I came up with, and one part I'm real excited about this place for. And I couldn't go any taller without blocking myself from being able to walk through here. I actually tried to, so there's actually a couple of little debris right here, and you can kind of see it poking through the carpet there. If I lift the carpet high enough to cover up that debris, I actually can't walk through here. In fact, the ceiling already looks like kind of ridiculously low here, which I'm not a fan of, but I'm happy enough with the result that the majority of the debris is covered. So those 2 rugs I actually chose because just walking by, it kind of just looks like it's a mess in the design or maybe some tears in the carpet as opposed to actual debris. But otherwise, it looks like for the most part, the debris is all gone, which I love in here. So we're able to do this without a scrap mod. And we're going to upgrade our furniture. So like this crate bed I love for maybe a level 0 or level 1 version of the settlement. But for our level 3, we're going to put nicer furniture in here. We're going to assume that, we've got furniture stores. We've had a lot of time around the Commonwealth, plenty of time to acquire nicer versions of the furniture. Now, we're not going to do anything like pre-war looking, but something better than a piece of wood and some tires. So we're definitely going to change out our bed. So that's mostly what I'll be doing still in here is just little decorative touches and lighting. Obviously, we got to have lights everywhere and figure out how we're going to fix this bathroom. I can probably arrange to, put another toilet on top of this one and just scale it up so it covers up that one, stuff like that. But I'll clean all that up, and then I'll put a lot of decoration in here. So I'll probably fill this fridge, put some stuff on the counters. Real boring stuff you guys don't want to watch me do, but I'll happily tour you through. So I'm imagining that the next episode, I will actually have everything complete, and we'll be ready to show you guys how I go about a regression of a city plan. Oh, it looks like we got a little. Oh, actually, no. This is a gate. I was gonna say it looks like we got a little clipping, but that's actually how the gate is designed. So yeah, so that is that's where we're at with our sanctuary design. So I love how the player house is coming so far. Like I said, a lot of little touches to do, but I love how this garage came out. I'm loving the lifted floors. If you guys have any ideas for what I could do with with any of these rooms or anything, definitely let me know. This room I'm really not sure what to do with. I know I love the idea that the player would be just kind of clinging to the old world in some way, and so like keeping Sean's crib and the little rug right in the room with him where he's sleeping, that just feels right to me. Whether him or her, whether your character's male or female, it just seems like something that would happen. And for nostalgia purposes, so or maybe I just turn that other room into a shrine to Sean. I'm not really sure yet. Shrine to maybe the spouse as well. Although that gets a little awkward because it's hard to cover both female and male. And then, like I said, the roof patching. And I want to light outside too, I think. Because the whole idea here I'm going to do with the regression is to kind of make it look like the Soul Survivor was kind of hunkered down in a bunker at level 0, level 1. Where this is like much more tightly security. And then over time loosened up and kind of made it look a little nicer out here and cleaner and more welcoming. And we'll play that story as we go through our frames. But yeah, I think that is all I have to show. Oh, we skipped over something over here. I'm sure you guys saw it, and I just didn't mention it. But we talked about this in either the last video or one before it, or maybe the tour with Donald Strong about doing a little, this little thing here. So I wanted something in the center to make this, because there's a circle of shops with nothing in the center. And I think Donald Strong, or maybe somebody in the comments talked about emulating the alligator clock from Hook. And somebody suggested we use the Deathclaw head, so it would be like that's the first Deathclaw we killed in Conqueror, and I loved that idea. Unfortunately, the Deathclaw model that comes with one of the DLC does not have a mouth opening wide enough. And while I could make another item in the creation kit to do that with the head and 3D Max, it just seemed like a lot of work for this, and I'd have to update the project blueprint mods. It was just too much trouble to get it to a point where it would work in the city plan if we released this. So I'm using the DLC one, and what I've done is there's a hidden piece of wood in there that will hold this lamp if you don't have the DLC that head comes from. But this is actually in project blueprints, this Yao Guai, and its mouth was big enough to hold a clock. So we get to have our little hook reference in there and still have the Deathclaw thing. So I'm loving this, and this little totem just feels it just feels like an appropriate centerpiece. And then I've put various things on there. Like I think I have a guy, like an animation marker of somebody standing here painting, and then like this person sitting here reading. Just little animation markers around there to make that more interesting. But I like this feel. It seemed like there was something missing with this big hole here, so I'm liking that. So I think that's the only thing I didn't mention. But otherwise, guys, you've seen my design, and we are just about ready to wrap and turn this thing into a releasable city plan. The regression is going to take quite a few episodes to get to, because there's a lot of things I want to do. I know some people have requested that I make just the walls into their own city plan, which I'll happily do, but it's going to require a lot of creativity in the way I regress this thing to pull that off. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me, and hopefully we don't have any more delays in episodes, and there'll be another one following this up in 1 week.